Dr. Aphra issue 3 finds Lucky and Black Chrysanthemum wake up Ustica, who learns that the floor collapsed under them and they fell down a hole. The professor asks what about the others as the Wookiee sprays some Bacta on her head wound. Finding Lucky can hear voices above at the top of the hole. At the top, Aphra and Detta are surrounded by Tagge's men. Detta tells them that getting the rings isn't as simple as they think, since they have been trying to unlock the doors, but they just lost their foremost expert on this place down the hole. Aphra whispers to Ustica that she is so sorry as Kai-Hart threatens the grad student, told to stand down since they need her intact. Aphra thinks that it's a good call since Ustica is now dead thanks to the fall, as well as their Wookiee muscle, so she's willing to come with them now. Ronen meanwhile is hosting a party on Canto Bight when his men tell him of the good news, causing him to tell his guests his associates have had a change of heart. Aphra says that the division of the spoils went from 5 to 2 and no one pays as well as Ronen. Lucky and the others hear her from the shaft, knowing that's cold even for Aphra. Ustica can't believe that she ever trusted that woman, but Chrysanthemum knows that they all make mistakes, especially when they are pretty mistakes. Ustica knows that if Aphra thinks that they are dead, she's in for a surprise as she looks around the tunnel, soon finding a small exit. The three explorers head into the bowels of the world, finding the bones of the long dead fused into the walls. Lucky feels like they are being watched by the creepy walls as Ustica finds them fascinating, knowing that these were never mentioned in any ancient texts. Lucky brings up the Bantha in the room, which is there's no way Ronen's men should have caught up with them this quickly, meaning that there is a spy amongst them. Ustica immediately thinks that it's Aphra, of course, and it wouldn't be the first time, but Lucky isn't so sure as they find some stairs leading out of the creepy pit. Above them, Tagge's men are ordered to spread out and search the walls by Aphra, which makes Kai-Hart mad, knowing that she doesn't take orders from the doctor. While Detta is hit on by one of the soldiers, Aphra says that she is a doctor and if they don't pay attention to her, then none of them will be leaving the room alive. Tucker tells Kai-Hart to listen to the doctor as one of the men hits a trap switch, which vaporizes him instantly. Detta tells them to be careful, glad the soldiers are there since she's worried about the curse, scaring all of the soldiers with a story about the curse of the Rings of Vaale and those mutated skeletons that came after them. She points out how the door is slightly moving when they look at it and the soldier notices it as well. Tucker tells his men to get back to work as he finds a hole with a button in it, pressing the button inside which shoots out giant hands from the pit in the middle of the room, hands which begin grabbing the soldiers and throwing them around. Detta kicks the soldier that was hitting on her down the pit during the chaos as a hand comes for Aphra. Ustica and the others meanwhile are all attacked by the walls, where a group of monsters have come from. Chrysanthemum shoots at them, but they all suddenly disappear. However, all of them saw it happen. Ustica thinks that it was just a trick of the light, but Lucky knows that this wasn't any trick, and he isn't going crazy. Soon the group find a large room, careful not to disturb anything in it, as the ringing in Lucky's head gets worse. Ustica knows that that makes sense since their path has led them above the workshop, which is where the sound was its loudest last time. Ustica spots a familiar symbol, leading the group into a room which she thinks to be the workshop. Aphra meanwhile dodges the giant hand as Tucker is taken, knowing that he should never have trusted the doctor. Aphra grabs Detta, pulling her into one of the openings the hand has smashed in the wall, escaping their grasp. Aphra discovers the room that they have entered is the architect's inner sanctum, where the rings were made, while Ustica discovers the mausoleum, the final resting place for the Rings of Vaale. Ustica finds the red ring of fortune on a statue nearby as Lucky knows that it's mission accomplished now and it's time to leave before his head splits in half. Aphra and Detta however find nothing in the inner sanctum, only finding an empty display case. Aphra tells the kid sometimes the texts are wrong, and Detta is angered that she is called a child, but Aphra didn't think she'd mind, considering she's still running the whole innocent racket. Aphra reveals that she knows all about Detta and knows that this is all an act she's been putting on and she wants the rings for herself. Detta asks why she thinks that, and Aphra knows that that's what she would have done at her age. The doctor easily deduces what Detta is all about and how the university doesn't recognize her brilliance and ambition, seeing a lot of herself in the young woman. She knows the woman will never get the respect of her peers, so she decided to take it by taking the ring. rings. Deda moves for her blaster as Aphra goes for hers, knowing her hunger is what makes her good, since when she offered Ustica full credit for this find, Deda didn't even protest, and that's when she knew that the woman was planning something else. Ustica and the others soon arrive, telling them that they found the rings nearby. Deda puts on her act again, getting close to Ustica before drawing her blaster again, demanding the rings. She takes one of the rings from Ustica, wanting her to open the box for her, warning no one to move. Ustica opens the box but reveals the ring is gone, which angers Deda, who demands the ring be handed over, or she'll kill Ustica. Lucky reveals that he pocketed the ring, having stolen it from the professor. Giving an invisible signal to Aphra, Lucky pretends to accidentally drop the ring, taking Deda's attention away from Ustica and allowing Aphra to shoot her in the back, stunning the woman. Aphra asks Lucky to hand over the ring, but the man thinks that he'll hold on to that as Ronen's men arrive, revealing that Lucky is the spy. Dr. Aphra issue 3 continued the extremely awesome tomb raiding story, filled with great character development of the 3 new characters saddled with Aphra and Black Chrysanthemum, great twists and creative action thanks to the Indiana Jones-esque traps the group have to avoid. The drama between the characters is really great this issue, all stemming from them knowing exactly the type of person Aphra is, which is a manipulator, as her allegiances shift throughout the issue and ends in quite a twist. I'm also really enjoying the weirdness of the city they are exploring and feel like it's something missing in Star Wars right now. Just this weird cosmic horror stuff like cities made of bone that have rings in them that turn people insane. That premise is so damn cool, and Alyssa Wong is doing a fantastic job exploring it while leaving just enough for our imaginations to run wild about what this city is and who could have been in this city and everything. It's fantastic storytelling. I'm going to give this issue an 8.5 out of 10.